As of February 17th, 2025, I am no longer with Reef Builders. What's up, coral people? If you're new here, my name is Remy, and this is the Bahama Llama Coral YouTube channel. Like and subscribe and all that stuff. All right, let's dive in. I've been getting a lot of questions lately, and in this video, I will answer everything that has been going on. Things like what happened with Reef Builders, what am I doing today, and where this channel may go in the future. I kind of want to go back to the beginning of when I started kind of part-time work getting paid in the reef keeping industry. So I started the Bahama Llama Coral channel back in 2017, 2018 or so. I just wanted to document my journey from a hobbyist standpoint. I'm not a marine biologist. I'm just a guy that has always loved coral and fish. So as the channel was ramping up and I was getting some more subscribers and getting a little bit of success here and there, just as an average hobbyist, kind of documenting my journey, OG Randy from BRS TV reached out and said, hey, we're expanding our YouTube team. We would love to talk to you about maybe helping us out. When someone like BRS asks you to do something or to be a part of something, that's something that I really seriously considered and ended up doing. Now, my main job was to kind of educate people through reviews and product awareness and that kind of thing. And I've always been flexible when it comes to content and kind of producing other people's visions, or when you're working with someone. I've done a lot of wedding videography in the past, or, you know, working for small businesses and things like that, making their vision come to life. But the product review kind of videos, I don't know, it just felt empty for me. It just wasn't a match, and Ryan and I both kind of knew it. We kind of felt it. And it was funny because as we were parting ways on the phone, he had said something like, you know, maybe I'll be talking to you in a year or two about some other project or something. And I was like, okay, you know, thinking that that'll never happen. And then, of course, a couple weeks ago, I'm in Minneapolis at Serious Reefs at the new studio, sitting down with Ryan and doing 3 long form kind of podcast style videos with him. So again, no bad blood, and everything happens for a reason, right? So BRS TV was also at the same time that I was in my full-time job of radio, a career that spanned about 20 years for me. So producing 4 videos every single month, plus other things as well, on top of a full-time job that also included producing videos, just added a whole layer of stress. Jake Adams passed in 2022. I believe it was October, if I have the month correctly. Suddenly on a plane, just passed away. And it was unfortunate, and it has always and forever will leave a huge hole in this hobby for someone that was so passionate about what he did and was enthusiastic, and it was infectious, and you felt that. So I was a fan of the content. So I remember getting a call probably 2 or 3 months after he had passed, and it was kind of an offer to continue making content, but for Reef Builders. An absolute honor, right? This is content, like I said, that I consumed as a hobbyist. This is a channel that I loved. I looked forward to every single video. To be a part of a history like that, of course, sign me up, right? So as I'm feeling the gig out a little bit, I'm also introduced to the drama side of this hobby. If you're a new reefer or new hobbyist and you're just kind of stumbling upon this video, just stay out of the drama as much as you possibly can, because it's everywhere you look, unfortunately. You know, I got things like Remy's trying to be Jake, and fake Jake was something that was going around, and Reef Builders is not the same, or it's really fallen off since Remy took over. And it's like, well, I'm never going to be Jake, nor am I trying to be Jake. Those are shoes that cannot be filled by one person. My whole goal with Reef Builders was just to continue the legacy, to bridge the gap, to make sure that the brand lived on for Jake, for Windsor, for his son. And I immediately came to the realization that some hobbyists thought that I was trying to be Jake Adams, that I was trying to fill those shoes and fill the void. And like I said earlier, there's no way. Like, nobody can do that. We needed a team of people to even come close, and we still didn't hit the mark. I always bring up this example of, it's kind of like when Bob Barker retired from Price is Right and Drew Carey came in, and it was weird. And I totally understand that. Like, the optics of that are huge. Or Pat Sajak and Ryan Seacrest, like the person that comes in after the legend, it's never going to feel the same. So all that's happening. And then in January of 2024, about a year after I had started with Reef Builders, I was let go from my radio job. So for those of you that don't know, I did morning radio for 20 plus years in Bloomington, Illinois, in St. Louis, in Chicago, and then back in St. Louis again. So a lot of large market radio stuff. If you are still listening to terrestrial radio on a daily basis, you are few and far between at this point. Advertisers have chosen the digital route, as they should in a lot of cases, which means there's not as much money coming into radio, which means you gotta cut people. Like, that's just how it goes. If you don't have the money, then you have to cut your staff. Since being let go from radio, and this has only been about a year now, a little over a year, I have witnessed 10 mass layoffs in the radio industry from several different companies. The one nice thing about this is that I found life after radio, and it's good, and it's fun, and it's freeing. And I think anybody that would tell you that's been in a career for 20 plus years, your career starts to become you. It starts to become your personality. So you feel like, and you may be here right now, you may be in a career for a long time and be like, what do I do after that? Like, I don't have any other skill sets. How do I transition out of what I'm doing now and go to the next thing? It's possible. And sometimes it's forced. After I was let go, Reef Builders immediately agreed to hire me on full time. And for that, I'm grateful. It was a soft landing pad. And for myself, for my family, again, super grateful. In 2024, I had traveled more than I've ever traveled in my life. I got to meet so many new people, so many new friends were made last year. I got to travel the globe. I went to Australia for the first time. I want to go to Australia again. Made so many friends there. And I wasn't even like in the heartbeat of the Great Barrier Reef. I was in Melbourne, all the way down south in Australia, where it's beautiful. The culture, the food, all of it was awesome. The Australian rules football, like, it was just so much fun. The people were so great. I cannot wait to go back. But that is an opportunity that I would not have been given otherwise. I also slept in the Reef Builders studio on a cot, on a pull-out couch, on a regular couch. If you would have told me in 2018, when I was such a big fan of Reef Builders and watching Jake's content, that I would be sleeping in the studio at some point in my career, I would have laughed at you because I wouldn't have believed you. But it happened, and again, super grateful for that opportunity. Not so much the cot, though. That was very uncomfortable. I'm 6'3". I know that doesn't translate over camera all the time, but I'm kind of a tall dude. Enter Salem Clemens, who was discovered by our lead writer, Jeremy Gay, who's this, smart kid in the middle of nowhere, Kansas, who is all of a sudden one of the biggest reefing nerds I know. Like, he immediately eclipsed so many people that I knew that loved this hobby and coral and fish, but he's next level. We became great friends. We still are. And I think he's really going to do some big things in the hobby if he doesn't get poached by some biochemical company who offers him a $500,000 contract a year or something like that. Truly, though, I think he's going to do some big things in the hobby. From road trips to Chattanooga to root beer bars discovered in the middle of antique malls, I learned a lot from him, and I will continue to learn a lot from him because I will text him with questions about corals. As of February 17th, 2025, I am no longer with Reef Builders. I'm not going to get into details out of respect for the brand, out of respect for Salem, but I just couldn't stay. I had to make a choice first and foremost for my family and also my overall happiness. We'll put it this way, and I've said this to several people. I'm in the acropora phase of my life. I'm going to be 40 this year. I've got a couple kids. I've got a wife. I've got a home to maintain, all of these things. And so I, like an acropora, am craving stability. And again, no bad blood. I hope to collaborate with Salem on some projects in the future. I am super grateful that this opportunity came pretty quickly in the industry. It's very scary when you know that one paycheck is going to end and you need another paycheck to start pretty quickly after that. So I recently accepted the role of digital marketing manager at Brightwell Aquatics. They really wanted to expand the role into something that was dedicated to the brand, and also, someone that could create organic content and video and social media stuff. And so it really just transfers all of the skills that I already have, but I'm placing that into a product line, which I love because I've always used Brightwell. I've always used their products. So it's nice to be a part of a company that I already believe in. Solutions for common problems in your reef tank. That's really what it amounts to. You got hair algae, there's a product for that. You need to raise your nitrates, there's a product for that. Do you want to feed your corals with a product that doesn't contain dye? There's a product for that. I've always looked at Brightwell as a toolbox, and made in the USA, which is pretty awesome. Apologies, I'm knee deep in the marketing side right now, so forgive me. All this to say, I'm happy to have stability. If it all comes together like I want it to, I think the Brightwell Aquatics YouTube channel can also be a tool in your reefing toolbox so that you can achieve reefing greatness as well. I do have one ask in this video, and if you've made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate you. The Brightwell Aquatics YouTube channel has about 1,000 subscribers and has never regularly been populated with videos. So we're going to start doing that now. So hopefully you'll have another resource for educational content and a whole lot of other things that we'll be doing on the channel. But if you could, please go subscribe to that channel and help me out. Lastly, I want to talk about the future of this channel. Now, Brightwell has given me full permission. They're totally cool with me putting videos on the Bahama Llama Coral channel. There's one caveat, and that's on me, and that's if I have time. If there are videos that come out on this channel, it will not be consistent. So don't expect a weekly video unless I get into some kind of groove on the Brightwell side of things and I can continue to put stuff up here regularly. But that's unlikely to happen in the first 6 months to a year of this new job. Anyone who has made videos for any stretch of time will tell you the same exact thing. It is exhausting. I know, ask someone who is a construction worker about exhaustion. I'd say it's a different kind of exhaustion and it mainly lives in your brain. There's also a very fun project that I've been working on for years. Those close to me know what that project is, but I hope to have it out by fall. And I hope to keep you posted on what that is because I think that that most people will enjoy it. That's the goal, at least. So be looking for that fall, maybe November into Christmas. I know, another long video of a YouTuber just blabbing about how hard life is creating videos, but honestly, I wanted to do this video to dispel any rumors. Salem addressed it on the recent reef therapy that he did, and I know that there were some people that had some questions there. So this is in an effort to kind of help answer those questions. So I hope those questions are answered. There are a lot of people that have given me advice over the past couple months in the industry and outside of the industry. You know who you are, and honestly, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Now we just got to bring some enthusiasm and some smiles back to this hobby. Like, subscribe, and do all the things below. And I'll make sure to go subscribe to the Brightwell Aquatics YouTube channel. Go follow us on Instagram and TikTok and all those places. I'll be populating that with a bunch of content here soon. And I think you're gonna enjoy it. So at least that's what I hope. I'm biased though at this point. How did I end these before? I think I just talked about random stuff. Okay, I'm gonna leave now. Thanks.